Today's topic is biological nitrogen fixation. It is the term which is used for a process in which nitrogen gas from the atmosphere is incorporated into the tissue of certain plants. Hi, I am Manti. Today I will discuss about the biological nitrogen fixation and about its mechanism and what are the microbes which are important for this biological nitrogen fixation and what are the enzymes which are used. It was first discovered by Bejernik in 1901 and is carried out by a specialized group of prokaryotes. Let's start today's topic with nitrogen. It is a critical limiting element for plant growth and production. It is the major component of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the most important pigment needed for photosynthesis as well as amino acids. And amino acid is the key building blocks of protein. It is also found in other important biomolecules such as ATP and nucleic acid. This nitrogen is carried out by a specialized group of prokaryotes. This organism utilize the enzyme nitrogenase to catalyze the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen to ammonia so that plants can easily use this ammonia to produce the nitrogenous biomolecule. These prokaryotes include aquatic organism or the nitrogen fixing bacteria. These nitrogen fixing bacteria are classified according to their mode of fixation. For example, that is free living nitrogen fixer, which capable of fixing molecular nitrogen to cellular nitrogen independently of other living organism. Second one is associative nitrogen fixer. Third one is endophytic nitrogen fixer. And the fourth one is symbiotic nitrogen fixer. Rhizobium is predominant symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacterium. Boussingault shows that leguminous plant can fix atmospheric nitrogen. After some time, some scientists proved that nitrogen is fixed by certain bacteria which is living in root nodules of leguminous plant. After that, Bejernik has isolated this nitrogen fixing bacteria by pure culture. After some time, Winogrodsky has also isolated and he has isolated Clostridium plastoreum, which is an anaerobic nitrogen fixer. So, in this way, Bejernik and Winogrodsky has isolated nitrogen fixing bacteria. Next one is cross inoculation group of Rhizobium. It refers to the group of leguminous plant that will develop effective nodules when inoculated with the Rhizobia obtained from the nodules from any member of that legume group. So these are the groups of the Rhizobium. Next, you can see the Bradyrhizobium, Azorhizobium, Photorhizobia, Sinorhizobium. These are all helpful for the cross inoculation group of Rhizobium. Next, for associative symbiotic nitrogen fixation, Azospirillum, Herbaspirillum is helpful. Next, for endophytic nitrogen fixation, Glucon Acetobacter diazotropicus is helpful. Next, for symbiotic nitrogen fixation, Rhizobium, Bradyrhizobium, Azosbium, Anabina azola, Frankia are helpful. So, these are some cross inoculation group of Rhizobium which is helpful for the biological nitrogen fixation. Next, about the process of nitrogen fixation. It is mediated by the enzyme nitrogenase which mediates the reduction of nitrogen to ammonia. First, this enzyme was extracted from the anaerobic dinitrogen fixer and the name of the dinitrogen fixer is Clostridium pastoranium. Later, this was been isolated from most of the nitrogen fixing bacteria. So, the mechanism of the nitrogen fixation appeared to be quite similar in most nitrogen fixing prokaryotes. The biological process of nitrogen fixation is catalyzed by the enzyme complex, that is nitrogenase complex. There are three different forms of nitrogenase that differ in their requirement for molybdenum, vanadium or iron as a critical metallic component. But most of the nitrogenase that has been studied contain a molybdenum as a cofactor. Nitrogenase consists of two proteins, that is nitrogenase reductase and a dinitrogenase. This dinitrogenase reductase is also called as Fe protein. It is a dimer of identical 30 kilodalton subunit which is bridged by a 4Fe4S cluster. This dinitrogenase is a tetramer with two copies of two different subunits. It contains both iron and molybdenum because molybdenum is present in this cluster. The dinitrogenase component is also called as molybdenum iron protein. This cofactor is the site of the nitrogen fixation. Here, the gene involved collectively in the synthesis of the nitrogenase and the catalytic process of the nitrogen fixation are called NIF genes, whereas accessory genes are called FIX genes, and they are also necessary for the function and regulation of nitrogenase in aerobic nitrogen fixing bacteria. Since nitrogen fixation is a reductive process, so it requires electron donor. In most nitrogen fixing microorganisms, reduced ferredoxin which act as a donor for electron. Ferredoxin is a small protein containing a iron sulfur group. At least 16 molecules of ATP are required for reduction of 1 molecule of nitrogen. This nitrogenase complex is very sensitive to oxygen. It is irreversibly inactivated by oxygen. Hence, the fixation of nitrogen must occur under anaerobic condition. For anaerobic prokaryotic organism, there is no problem. Facultative prokaryotic organism such as purple photosynthetic bacteria can fix nitrogen, but only in anaerobic condition. But for aerobic organism such as cyanobacteria, anaerobic condition was created by a specialized cell which is known as heterocyst. These heterocysts are a thick-walled cell which lack photosystem II, the oxygen-producing photosystem of chloroplast. So, they do not generate any oxygen. Heterocysts appear to represent an adaptation for nitrogen fixation, whereas cyanobacteria that lack heterocyst can also fix nitrogen, but only under anaerobic condition. On the other way, symbiotic nitrogen fixing prokaryotes such as rhizobium can also maintain a very low concentration of free oxygen in root nodules of leguminous plant by producing lag hemoglobin. Then what is this lag hemoglobin? Lag hemoglobin is a homologue of hemoglobin and is present in the cytoplasm of infected nodule cell at high concentration. So, it is postulated that atoms of nitrogens are separated the charge in the valency of metal ion bound to the enzyme which is involved in the reduction of nitrogen. For every electron transfer, 4 molecule of ATP is required. So, this is all about nitrogenase complex. Next is about the hydrogenase. It is an enzyme that catalyzes the reversible oxidation of molecular hydrogen. It has been estimated that 99% of all organisms utilize hydrogen. Most of these species are microbes and their availability to use hydrogen as a metabolite arises from the expression of hydrogen metalloenzymes, and this enzyme is known as hydrogenase. So, based on the active site, this hydrogenase is subclassified into 3 different types, that is iron-iron hydrogenase, nickel-iron hydrogenase and a iron hydrogenase. All hydrogenase catalyzes reversible hydrogen uptake, but the iron-iron and nickel-iron hydrogenase are true redox catalyst. It drives hydrogen oxidation and proton reduction. But iron hydrogenase catalyzes the reverse heterolytic cleavage of hydrogen. Recent research suggests that the function of this enzyme was still unknown, especially in the class of Clostridia. So, this novel hydrogenase enzyme complex could also contribute to biotechnological hydrogen production and hydrogen storage. So, uptake hydrogenase convert the release of hydrogen during nitrogen fixation and cycle back the hydrogen for energy generation. So, here for the nitrogen fixation, rhizobia attached to the root surface and infection thread is formed through which bacteria can enter the root cell. After that, bacteria change into bacteroids and then packed root cell is enlarged. And then these enlarged root cells forms a nodule-like structure. This is all about hydrogenase enzyme. Nowadays, advances in molecular biology technique provide new opportunities to understand the ecology of root nodule bacteria and may improve the selection of the elite strain for inoculation. An understanding of the genetic basis of nodulation in grains and pastoral legumes may improve inoculation technologies. Next, about the factors which affect nitrogen fixation, that is the presence of nitrite or ammonium, presence of certain inorganic substances, availability of energy sources. It depends on pH also. It depends on soil moisture, that is adequate moisture is good for fixation, and then it depends on temperature. The energy requirement for biological nitrogen fixation is very high and it is major factor determines the amount of nitrogen fixed. But in azotobacter, the rate depends on the amount of carbon. In symbiotic nitrogen fixer, since photosynthesis is the ultimate source of energy, the rate of nitrogen fixation is influenced by the factors that affects photosynthesis and the rate of translocating photosynthesis to the nitrogen fixing system. Next, due to leaching and volatilization, losses of nitrogen by non-biological ways. Next is about nitrogen assimilation. Living matter contain a large amount of nitrogen which is incorporated in protein, nucleic acid and many other biomolecules. For plant growth, the nitrogen demand for the formation of cellular matter is met by inorganic nitrogen in two alternative ways, and these are assimilation of ammonia and the fixation of molecular nitrogen from air. Soil. Ammonia is performed as an end product due to the degradation of organic matter by the process of ammonification and is further oxidized to nitrate by the process of nitrification by the help of nitrifying bacteria which is present in soil. Next, nitrogen fixing prokaryotes are able to fix molecular nitrogen and is termed as a biological nitrogen fixation. Some plants develop a symbiotic association with this nitrogen fixing bacteria which supply them organic nitrogen. Next, plants obtain bulk of nitrogen from the soil in the form of either nitrate or ammonium ion. The transport of nitrate into the root cells is mediated by the nitrate proton symporter. It is a proton gradient across the plasma membrane which generates by a hydrogen ion ATPase. It drives the uptake of nitrogen against a concentration gradient. The transport of ammonium ion into the root cell is mediated by different ammonium transporter which is present in the plasma membrane such as ammonium channel, ammonium uniporter and proton ammonium symporter. And then assimilation of mineral nitrogen into organic molecule is a complex process. Nitrate is first reduced to ammonium ion before it is assimilated by plants. The reduction of nitrate to ammonia by higher plant is accompanied by two steps: nitrate reductase and nitrite reductase. The first step is the nitrate is reduced to nitrite by the enzyme nitrate reductase. This reaction takes place in the cytosol. Nitrate reductase are composed of two identical subunits, each containing three prosthetic groups, that is FAD, heme and molybdenum, which contain an organic molecule called pterin. It requires reducing agent NADPH. In the second step, nitrate is reduced to ammonia by the enzyme nitrite reductase. Nitrite reductase is a monomeric protein and contains two prosthetic groups, that is Fe4S4 and seroheme. Seroheme is a cyclic tetrapyrrole with one iron atom in the center. It requires reducing agent which reduced ferridoxin. So the function of nitrate reductase takes place in cytosol and the nitrite reductase takes place in protoplast or chloroplast. Plant cell avoid ammonium toxicity by rapidly converting the ammonium, which is generated from nitrate assimilation, into amino acid. The conversion of ammonia into amino acid involves the sequential action of two enzymes, that is glutamine synthase and glutamate synthase. Glutamine synthase combine ammonium ion with glutamate to form glutamine. This reaction requires ATP and divalent cation as a cofactor. And then glutamine is then converted back to glutamate by the transfer of the amide group to a molecule of alpha ketoglutarate. It is catalyzed by the enzyme glutamate synthase, which is also known as glutamine 2 oxaloglutarate aminotransferase, that is GOGAT. Whereas plants contain two types of GOGAT. One accept electron from the NADH and the other one accept electron from reduced ferridoxin. So the reaction give rise to two molecules of glutamate. Here ammonium ion can be assimilated via a alternative pathway, which is called reductive amination. Glutamate dehydrogenase catalyzes the reductive amination of alpha ketoglutarate and it forms glutamate. This enzyme is usually being able to utilize either NAD or NADP+. So, an NADH dependent form of glutamate dehydrogenase is found in mitochondria, and then NADPH dependent form is localized in the chloroplast. Once assimilated into glutamine and glutamate, nitrogen is incorporated into other amino acid via transamination reaction. This enzyme that catalyzes this reaction is known as aminotransferase. So, this is all about ammonia assimilation. Next is genetics of nodulation and nitrogen fixation. Root nodule bacteria and the symbiosis with legume has some interconnection. One of the most interesting and important plant bacterial interaction is that between leguminous plant and certain gram-negative nitrogen bacteria are Rhizobium, Bradyrhizobium, Caenorhizobium, Mesorhizobium and Azorhizobium. Infection of the root of a leguminous plant with the appropriate species of the one of these genera lead to the formation of root nodule that are able to convert gaseous nitrogen to combined nitrogen by the process known as nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation by legume rhizobium symbiosis is of considerable agricultural importance as it leads to very significant increase in combined nitrogen in the soil. Because nitrogen deficiencies often occur in unfertilized bare soil. So, modulated legumes are at a selective advantages which are under certain conditions and can grow well in areas where other plants cannot. So, next is about the stages in root nodule formation. First of all, the recognition of the correct parameter on the parts of both plants and the bacterium, and attachment of the bacterium to the root hair, and then exertion of the node vector by the bacterium. After that, invasion of the root hair by the bacterial formation of an infection thread, and then travel to main root via the infection thread, and then formation of deformed bacterial cells is takes place into bacteroids within the plant cell, and development of the nitrogen fixing state. After that, continued plant and bacterial division and formation of the mature node takes place. Next is about the genetics of nodule formation. Genes directing specific steps in modulation of a legume by a strain of rhizobium is called node gene. Many node genes from different rhizobium species are highly conserved and are borne on large plasmid called symplasmid. In addition to node gene which directs specific nodulation event, symplasmid contains specified gene which restrict a strain of rhizobium to a particular host plant. Indeed, cross-inoculation group specificity can be transferred group species of rhizobia by simply transferring the respective symplasmid. In the symplasmid of Rhizobium leguminosarum, Biobarbidaceae node genes are located between two clusters of the gene for nitrogen fixation, the NIF genes. Then, 10 node genes have been identified in this species. The node A, B, C genes are involved in the production of oligosaccharides called node factors, which induce root hair curling and trigger plant cell division, eventually leading to the formation of the nodule. In Rhizobium leguminosarum, Biobarbidaceae, the gene node D encodes a regulatory protein. This controls transcription of the other node genes. So, for the formation of the nodule and nitrogen fixation, node D gene and NIF gene plays a key role. Node D gene directing specific steps in nodulation of a legume by a strain of Rhizobium. This gene was borne on large plasmid called symplasmid, and these are located between two clusters of the genes for nitrogen fixation called NIF genes. It consists of 8 genes, that is A, B, C, D, E, F and L and M. This node D control the function of all node genes. Next, this NIF gene is responsible for nitrogen fixation are called NIF genes. It has 22 genes which are involved in the arrangement of 7 or 8 clusters. It has Q, B, A, L, F, M, Z, W, V, S, U, X, N, E, Y, T, K, D, H and J subgroup. It can control nitrogenous complex. So, this is about node D gene and NIF gene. Next is about the factors which affect modulation. It depends on temperature and light, combined nitrogen, hydrogen ion concentration and the mineral nutrition and genetic factor as well as ecological factor and also the salinity and alkalinity of the soil. So, this is all about biological nitrogen fixation. In this topic, I have described with the nitrogen and then nitrogen fixing bacteria and then cross-inoculation group of Rhizobium and then the process of nitrogen fixation and then the types of nitrogen fixation. It is of two types, that is biological and physical nitrogen fixation, and then the two enzyme, that is hydrogenase and nitrogenase, and then the factors which affect nitrogen fixation, and then about the ammonia assimilation and then about the genetic control of nodulation and nitrogen fixation. So this is all about today. Thank you for watching.